Another glorious day, beautiful creatures. I am Witch Belle, and we are back to playing Witches and Warlocks. Now, we are on day 28 of October, in-game. Early dawn. Let us begin. First, I'm gonna buy some red potions. Want to make sure we have plenty, just in case. Because all these extra little side spells that we're learning came in handy already. So make sure we have plenty of every potion. Alright, let's do our part-time job. And today I went to work. Nothing special happened, and I earned a good amount of pocket money. She was so cute in that little sketch drawing. Before we go anywhere, I'm gonna put a save. Because I have yet to do that for any of these, and I regretted it when I had to replay all of it to get back to the beginning of the last video. So, now we have a save. Return.
Damien!
Just a moment.
What's taking them so long? Do you need some help? My question gets a very obvious answer when Damien appears in the top of the stairs with a large stack of books in their hands. Can he even see over the paginated mountain? Paginated mountain? Probably saying that wrong.
Apologies.
I just wanted to make sure I had brought... Uh-oh. Whoops. I rush over as Damien trips over their feet, but it's too late. Aww, the sweetie. They go over the banister and tumble down the stairs, landing in a heap of books and limbs on the floor. Aw, the poor sweetie.
Damien! No!
Speak to me! I dig through the books, but they don't move.
Damien!
Are you... No, don't let me get accused of murder.
It's okay.
I'm still alive.
Huh?
With a grunt, Damien stands themselves back up and dusts off unseen dirt from their clothes. There wasn't even a scratch on them.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to make such a mess.
Wait.
You'll clean it up? You just took a dive tumble story down.
Are you alright?
I cry crocodile tears and throw my arms around their neck to emphasize their horrible crimes against my sanity. They tense a little at first, but wrap their arms around me not long after.
Don't you know?
Don't worry me like that ever again! I almost had to imagine life in the dungeons!
Thank you?
So much went through my head, Damien, you don't want to know, buddy.
Yes!
You bet! But that looked like a really nasty fall. It's a miracle you're still standing right now.
Oh.
It's not a miracle. It's a magic spell, Indestructible. Indestructible?
Yes.
When I was created, my maker took measures to assure no harm would come to my person. Aww. Good.
Wow!
With a capital W-O-W. Wow!
I could teach you.
It'd be perfect for you. Yeah, I'm a klutz. I know. My game character is, and I most definitely am, I can somehow trip over invisible objects. There can be absolutely nothing there. Maybe it's a speck of dust. I don't know. But I can trip over nothing.
All right!
Count me interested.
Excellent.
Now, I won't have to worry so much.
Um.
What was that again?
It's nothing. Watch closely, please.
Got the potion. I'm glad I got more red potions. Purple, I'll try and teach you how to cast Indestructible. I need that in real life. New spell acquired! I've got to do that every time. It's fun! It's like, you got a star! I know I used that in the last episode, but that's what I think of every time. Okay! That's my character. Every time I play Mario Party, I'm always the crazy Daisy. Fits my personality, I guess.
Indestructible.
Suddenly, a swelling feeling takes hold of me, then dies down, and I don't feel much different from before. Of course, other than the sudden urge to perform immediate and daring feats to test my new capabilities. I grip both fists and hold them up in front of my chest in anticipation.
All right.
Okay, I think I've got it. So, I'll take this stack of books to the top of the stairs and then throw myself down.
Don't.
I think absolutely not. Aw. Wait, you mean that wasn't what the books were for?
Of course not. Well,
Those are books about magic theory. If you really want to test it that badly...
wait.
Here, hold on. I'll get you something. That would be great. I would love to learn more about magic theory. But, considering in our human dimension, whatever you want to call us, we don't have a lot of magic. Even as witches, we can do some magic. But stuff that our imaginations have created, and stuff our imagination has never created, of course, it's going to be so much cooler than what we can actually do. Being able to fly, I mean, metaphysically we can theoretically fly if we can astral project, but that takes a lot of practice. Unless it just comes natural to you, then go you. So many things. Dragons. We don't actually get to, see physical dragons. It's more of a I don't even think I'm using that word correctly, metaphysical. I'm going to look up a word. Because it's a word I should know. It's a word I use. But is it a word I actually know what the meaning is? Metaphysical. Relating to metaphysics. Or characteristic of the metaphysical. That does not help me. What do you mean by the term metaphysical? Derived from the Greek metaphysica, referring to an idea, doctrine, or posited reality outside of human sense perception. In modern philosophical terminology, metaphysics refers to the studies of what cannot be reached through objective studies of material reality. Okay, I am using this right, because like those of us that are able to see on occasion, and I know there are people that can see them all the time, and oh my goodness, you must have a wonderful look on life. I can only occasionally see fae and such creatures when they choose to let me see them. I can see my spirit animals, and sometimes I can see others. I can see, on occasion, very rare occasion, but I can see auras. And there are people that can see auras all day long. and watch it flux, and everything is so cool. But actually having a pet dragon or a pet be a familiar while it's still alive. I used to have a pet familiar, but it was after the little one died. It was only about a month-old kitten. His name was Tigger. I've probably talked about him before. He was so amazing and so sweet. And when he passed, he did become, for many years, my familiar. Until he decided to move on. And then I haven't had one since. But for normal humans, quote unquote normal, the unmagical ones, I say it that way is because they have the potential there, but they don't use it. Because everyone has the potential to do magic. There are just those that choose to use it and explore it, and then the ones that don't. So the ones that don't get to see the dragons. They don't get to see the fae. They don't get to interact with these other beings like I would be able to on occasion when I can see them, when they choose to allow me to see them. If that makes any sense. So what we imagine and dream up to put in movies and what we actually have the ability to see and the ability to do are two completely different things, and life would be so much cooler and probably a lot more deadly if all that stuff that was in the movies and in the books and in the games, I'm doing a lot of hand gestures here, if that all really existed, whew, that'd be something. That would be magical. That would be amazing. But unfortunately, it's just those of us that can see when they allow us to see them, the things that are real, and we're able to do things that are actually plausible for humans to do and slightly unplausible. But all the other stuff, I can't just throw a fireball. I can't make somebody levitate into the space beyond our atmosphere. I can't do any of that stuff. Be pretty daggone cool if I could. But magic theory, that's how I got on this tangent. Love to learn everything about it.
Don't do it.
Don't you dare jump down those stairs, Purple.
Yes.
Yes, my liege. I oblige, my liege. Damien cast me a doubtful glance before walking away. A few seconds later, they emerged with a wooden plank.
Okay.
Please recast the spell and try punching this as hard as you can.
Impossible.
Now we're talking. It'd probably take some sort of martial arts to break this plank if I didn't have the power of magic and Damien on my side. Whoops, I hit my mic.
All right.
Okay, so I just used this sigil and take this! Purple's heart-shattering comet punch. Crack. My fist goes through it like a hole puncher through a greeting card, and I don't feel a single sting. Damien looks satisfied.
Excellent. You know...
The spell should make you invulnerable for about 5 minutes each time you cast it.
Although...
So you, don't have to name your attacks.
Why?
What do you mean? Naming them is the best part. My fiance would agree. He loves naming absolutely everything.
The incomparable, the one and only.
How else will people know it's the incomparable, one and only Purple Nightshade doing them? You should try it too. If you say so, maybe another day. For now, I have some books to clean up.
Phew.
Why did I try to bring so many? Watching as they go to pick up the books scattered across the stairway, I decide to venture over and follow suit. Damien casts me a surprised look.
Oh,
You don't have to trouble yourself. I know you hate cleaning. It's fine. This is my home too, after all. And I owe you one for teaching me that spell and all.
thank you.
As we work on it together, silence falls upon us and causes me to think.
Why?
Why would your maker want you to be indestructible anyway? You're not even a klutz.
Oh,
That's...
well.
Well, when I was created, my maker was, not well liked in the neighborhoods we lived in. Humans used to throw things at us to try to chase us out. They managed to sometimes.
No way.
What? Those bullies! I roll up my imaginary sleeves and put on the most mean and serious face I can muster. When I'm done with them,
It's okay. A long time ago.
those humans have all died already anyway.
What?
That was the reason why. My maker always said we needed to have thick skins to get through life.
Like,
So he made you the most impenetrable of all.
Yes.
I guess so.
but...
But as long as you're with me, even if you're not, I'll make sure to protect you.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you.
Right.
So I hope you can keep smiling without worries, Damien, my sweetest friend in the world. They avert their eyes from my view and shyly slide their hands behind their back. He is so freaking cute. They are so freaking cute.
It's nothing.
No. You're adorable, Damien. Oh, it kind of glitched for a second. All right. Crimson Dusk. Let's see. So it did the job. We have plenty of potions at the moment. Let's go ahead and learn more spells. Okay. Let's see. Let's do her next. Night creatures. And that is one pink potion. I always like to call it purple, but it actually says pink when you go to buy it. So yellow, blue, pink, red.
Duh.
I'm telling you, The Zombie's Heart is the author's magnum opus. A finer story has never been made in the history of forever.
No!
And I'm telling you that it's a load of rubbish. And we even read the same book. Did we even read the same book? Excuse me, folks. Could you perhaps help me? We both look up when an elderly gentleman interrupts our debate, which I was totally right about, gesturing toward a haunted sculpture on this top shelf.
Of course.
I immediately turn to pick up a step stool from behind the counter.
Right.
Here, let me.
I can do it.
There's no need. My adorable little servants will fetch it for me. Carmilla puckers her lips and lets out a soft whistle. Oh, how cute! Instantaneously, a small group of chittering bats swoop from the tops of the rafters and gather around her, gleefully spinning. Oh, that top one looks like it's blushing! It's so cute! She gestures toward the sculpture, and the cluster falls upon it in a swarm. They pick up the heavy stone between their little claws and carry it down into Carmilla's waiting hands.
Here you go.
Thank you, young lady. As he receives the product, he gives us both a small nod before continuing to browse the store's selection.
Wow.
Oh, Carmilla! That was amazing! I stare in awe at Carmilla's little posse of bats while they flap around her. One even lands on her shoulder and nuzzles against her cheek. In response, she affectionately pets the top of its head. She's like a spooky Cinderella. So cute.
Right.
Adorable darlings. No? I love hearing them mill about. Can you talk to them?
Yes.
Indeed I can. It's an inherent skill we vampires have, being able to communicate with creatures of the night.
You know?
Essentially, anything that creeps, crawls, or flaps is a close ally. She presses her index fingers to her lips and winks.
Wow.
But I didn't see your eyes glow this time. Are you not controlling them?
Not at
Why,
all.
Purple. I would never control a friend.
At any rate.
These are simple creatures that, if treated with kindness, will aid us in our daily lives, as well as dangerous situations. But you called them your servants.
No.
My dear.
Now,
This particular family of bats has been bonded to me for generations. They may as well be of my own blood.
I don't.
And we do not subjugate Femini. The bats swarm closer around her, butting their heads against her arms and hands for pets. She obliges and gently caresses their black fur.
Well,
Is it something I could learn too?
maybe.
I don't see why not. That is, assuming I feel like teaching you. Huh? She smirks, saunters over to my side, and lets her words caress my ear. Apologize for your unsightly and moreover wrong opinion from earlier, and perhaps I may consider your request.
You know?
If only to celebrate your newfound sense of taste. Seriously? Over the book? Whoops. I'm hitting buttons. Ugh, well, I'm definitely right, but...
Wow.
Suddenly, I see the error of my ways, and think you were absolutely right. It was complete rubbish.
Right.
Oh? Is that so?
Right.
I just don't know how I didn't see it earlier, to be honest.
Please.
As always, you're so much wiser than me, and oh so gracious. Please teach me more so that I can be like you one day, Lady Carmilla. A little overacted, my dear, but I'll take it. Though, do remember not to demand services from just anyone. We have a delicate balance in our relationship that we have to uphold, you see.
Now,
If some outsiders started bossing my bats around, I would be obliged to defend them. I would never. I stare at her, wide-eyed and hopeful. Perhaps. I mean, you've been such a great teacher, Carmilla. Double seriously. Glitch?
right.
There it goes. I don't know. If I didn't have you showing me magic, I don't think I'd ever be able to learn it. You're brilliant in every way imaginable. Carmilla barely suppresses a grin. Well, I suppose I can't deny that I've been the best teacher you've ever had.
I'll teach you.
All right, little witch. I'll teach you how to cast night creatures. New spell acquired. Her ego fed, Carmilla spends the next few hours teaching me how to create potions that can summon and communicate with creatures of the night. We start small with a few spiders, then slowly move on to practicing with her bats. It takes up the entire rest of the day at the shop. Still, I barely notice the time has passed until a customer rushes in at the last minute, because of course they would. Not like they have any upcoming exams that are sure to spell their impending doom. Excuse me, could you help me reach that skull up on top of the shelf?
Of course, my dear.
Go ahead, my dear. Now's the perfect time to try out your new skill.
Night creatures.
Spell cast, I whistle a small tune for the bats, just like Carmilla showed me. A few flutter over, but they don't even have half of the enthusiasm they gave her. Bring me the skull. I point up toward the top shelf. They stare at me, unmoving.
Come on.
Sweeter, doll. Please? Nothing.
Please.
Pretty please. Unsure of what else to do, I take a few berries from my lunch and offer it to them. The bats sniff them for a moment, but then hesitantly accept the fruit. I inch towards the shelf, coaxing them along. Eventually, they manage to grab the skull, but not without almost dropping it on the floor. Thankfully, I stumble forward in the nick of time, catch it, and hand it to the customer.
Right.
Here you go. Thanks. And, don't worry. Everyone's new at some point. After paying for the item and leaving a pity tip for me, he exits the shop. Once he's gone, I turn to Carmilla with a frown, big enough that my bottom lip jutted out. I don't get it. What did I do wrong?
Oh,
Your-
sweet thing.
Your approach could have been better, but there's no need to take it personally.
Now,
I am more familiar to these bats than you are, after all. You'll need to build a much greater relationship with them to gain the same kind of trust they and I have. She pets one of the bats for emphasis, smiling down at her companion all the while. I hold out a finger. In response, a single bat flutters down and wraps its little claws around the middle of it, then hangs upside down.
yeah.
I get it. I smile to myself. We'll just have to spend more time together. While cleaning the shop, I found a very unique-looking, obviously ancient vase. But is there any other kind? Amazed by all the intricate decorations, I took it off the shelf for inspection. And at the same moment, Carmilla appeared out of nowhere and spooked the hell out of me. As soon as I dropped the vase, the shop was shrouded in darkness. Then an evil spirit appeared. I must have the worst luck. Luckily, I was able to easily stitch the vase back together, so the spirit returned to it without causing any trouble. Nice. Carmilla was pretty impressed by my quick wits, and even sweet-talked Mr. West into not deducting my pay for breaking the vase. But she should have done that to begin with, since it was her fault I broke it. I think that I had better tighten it. Again, I find Damien by the stairs with a needle and thread. I'm getting hit by an odd sense of deja vu. More repairs, Damien? I get into position. But nothing falls apart this time either. They've gotten pretty good at securing themselves these days.
Welcome home.
Please
don't.
sneak up on me like that? Hey, I wasn't even being sneaky this time. But I haven't seen this much surgery since that DeLon guy's head fell off. Do you have a hot date coming up or something? I lean in close with a huge grin on my face.
Of course not.
It's just that the machine has been wearing out lately, and I wanted to be prepared. Machine? What machine?
Well,
They're quiet for a long moment after that. I can't really tell what they're thinking, but before I can decide if it's something I should pry for them to talk about or not, Damien speaks up again. Can I ask you something weird? Like personal weird or weird? Because the answer is yes, either way.
let's say.
Say you had a boat. Do you think that after you replaced every part of that boat, it would still be the same one? Oh, I've actually heard this question recently, but they used an axe as the metaphor instead of a boat. I would say no. but better. A good no, not a bad no. Ooh. Well, it still means the same to me whether the boat is made from a whole bunch of new parts and nothing is its original boat anymore, than if it was the original boat all to begin with. Because I love that boat, or I love that axe. It's still mine, whether I replace all the parts on it or not. So, I'm gonna change my answer. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still my boat, see? Thank you, Purple.
Right.
It didn't stop being mine just because I put a cure sail on it or whatever.
Really?
Even if there's nothing about it, that's the same as when you first got it.
Yes.
No doubt about it. I suppose I see your point.
Well...
That is pretty out there, though. Why do you ask?
Well...
Have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus? Nope. What is it? It's an old philosophy question.
Let's say...
Say a great hero went on a long journey by boat.
So...
Over the course of the expedition, the boat became worn and needed to be repaired many, many times.
Oh!
And if you replaced every part of it, is it still the same ship when it comes home?
Exactly.
Which is why I asked. Their words trail off and they purse their lips.
It's nothing.
It's just been on my mind lately, that's all.
Damien.
Do you possibly feel like the ship in the story?
Huh. Maybe. You see...
I've lived many centuries, you know.
Well...
And the human body isn't meant to last that long. So I've had to replace my parts many times. Likely more times than the boat ever was.
So
I'm not sure if this me that exists today is really me.
I'm sorry.
I'm not making any sense, am I? Yes, you are.
Huh.
I knew it. It was foolish. I'm sorry.
No.
It's not that. Not at all. I slap both hands against my head and look at Damien. Considerate, sweet, gentle Damien. Considerate, sweet, gentle Damien. They make my heart want to lurch out to hold them forever in my witchy embrace.
Damien!
It's just, you're not an object, Damien. You're a person.
Like...
From the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Just like me.
Right.
I mean, I'd still be Purple, even if I changed my outfit, cut my hair, or lost my arms and legs, right? That's a pretty drastic leap, but, yes, of course.
Yeah.
That means you're still you, too.
Well...
No matter how many fingers and toes you have, or lungs, or whatever else there is.
Yes.
For as long as you exist, you're still you. And then Damien, I know, is the best housemate in the world. In the whole wide world. You're exaggerating.
No.
Not even one little bit. I know a lot of people. Whoops. But I could not even imagine my life without you in it. Their face flushes with a pink that even outdoes the shade of their hair. And I blush a little in response, scratching the back of my neck sheepishly.
Damien!
You have the kindest heart out of everyone I know. The pink of their face fades as quickly as it came.
That's right.
Thank you. Huh? They looked so bright for a moment there, but now it's like everything just collapsed on itself without any warning whatsoever. My chest tightens.
Hmm.
What did I say?
It's nothing.
I was just thinking.
I
need to finish these repairs within the next hour, since the spell might wear off.
I'm sorry.
For taking up your time. Please, don't mind me. If you say so, I suppose. Damien goes back to work without saying another word, and I know I messed up somehow. But I don't know how, and it's eating me alive. I desperately want to press my Franken friend for some answers. Then again, my matchmaker senses tell me they just want to be alone right now. Oh, I thought I picked the right answer. Maybe I should give them a minute.
Damien.
Sorry, Damien, for everything. Okay, it's the witching hour. Still have pretty much 4 of everything. Let's do another spell. Then we'll go for him. I'm starting to wonder if the person that you go with has to depend on how many of the spells you learn from them. So... Let's do him again. Make it even 2 on across the board. Let's do... Ooh. I have an inkling I'm gonna need chill. So let's do chill. 2 blue, 1 yellow.
0.
I'm melting!
Yes.
You certainly look like you are.
Help me.
Save me, Zero! Save me before I dissolve into an icky puddle of sweat! I reach towards him dramatically as sweat perspires aggressively on my forehead. My theatrics are of no avail as Zero fixates on something else.
Mm-hmm.
The dragons are preparing for their Halloween activities. He peers out the window into the unseasonably balmy evening.
I wish.
I wish this house had air conditioning.
Hmm.
As do I. Then you might stop whining about the heat and focus more on passing your exams.
Right.
I got it! I clasp my hands together and give a little pleading pout.
0.
Do your magic air conditioning trick? Pretty please, with a pumpkin on top.
For the last time.
I am not a magic air conditioner. I am a sinister and eerie poltergeist, and the magical chill that emanates from me is akin to the deathly chill of an open grave. That was so beautifully written. Like a sinister eldritch air conditioning?
No.
No, not air conditioning of any kind whatsoever. Melting. I really am melting.
Right.
I have an idea. Zero, teach me how to be a sinister and eerie air conditioner.
Huh?
I must do it.
The deathly chill of an open grave. I want to know how to emanate it too, until I can afford a place with air conditioning anyway.
Fine.
If you insist, and if it will stop you from complaining.
I will.
I do! And I will.
All right.
Prepare yourself, Purple. I am going to teach you how to cast chill. Dun dun dun! New spell acquired!
Chill.
I spread my hands out wide. For a second or two, nothing happened. Then, ooh,
All right.
cool. Deliciously refreshing and cool.
Well,
Does that mean you'll stop complaining and go back to studying?
Yeah.
thanks to your nifty spell, I have become Purple Nightshade, the studious, the productive once more.
Thank goodness.
Do your best tonight.
All right!
I turned back to my desk to give the potion textbooks I am working on my fullest attention.
No way.
You know,
You're making weird noises again, Purple.
Well,
I'm still casting the chill spell, right? You are. Partly. Partly? Well, you haven't been maintaining your concentration on casting the spell just now, so naturally your chill faltered a bit.
no way.
A bit? I'm starting to melt again. Ah.
I guess.
With more practice, I'm confident you'll be able to work on other things while casting chill in the background, like your own personal air conditioner. But for now, it looks like if you divert any tension away from the spell, the chill you cast won't be effective.
Like,
How much more practice? Oh, give it 2 or 3 years. Maybe 4.
no way.
I'm doomed!
Well,
Oh, well. Since I won't be able to study tonight anyway, I might as well just focus on casting chill and enjoy the delicious cool air.
Hey!
No, you don't.
I knew it.
I knew this would be the case from the start. My sinister, eerie air conditioner. Zero sighs and spreads his hands. Instantly, the room becomes a degree Celsius or 2 cooler.
Well,
Can you study now?
thank you.
You're the best.
stop it!
I'm not doing it for you. It's only because there isn't any other way to get you to study, and your position is quite desperate enough as it is. But that's still doing it for me, though.
Go away!
It's only because I don't want to be known for being friends with a witch who can't pass her Halloween exams. I'm happy you're my friend, Zero.
Stop.
Pipe down and go back to studying, Purple. And so we spend another tiring but productive night in preparing me for my upcoming exams.
Dun-dee-dun.
That was so dramatic and fun. Nightshade. Nightshade is the best. Finds you someone from the rest. I sing quietly to myself as I dust the inside of the human shop, doing my best to keep the wares clean and tidy. Which, come to think of it, was kind of necessary. It was starting to get gross in here, especially the drapery. Just looking at these curtains makes me want to sneeze. I should probably take them outside before I start beating them. And a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. I go to tug them down, and a cloud of dust ambushes me as I do so. By the time it clears, there isn't a wall behind the drapery, but an ancient portrait framed in gold. A familiar, dark-haired woman gazes down at me with empty yet captivating violet eyes. And Oh, wait a second.
Huh?
Carmilla?
Yes?
Yes, sweetness? I don't hear her approach, so when I whip my head around to see her standing beside me, I jump out of my skin a little. This is you, right? Not like a great-great-great-grandma that also happens to be your doppelganger? Indeed it is. What keen eyes you have. That is a portrait of yours truly, the eternally gorgeous Countess of Carnolia. Ah, and what an error that was.
Amazing!
You were nobility? She folds her arms and raises her brow at me as she gives my chest a small poke with her index finger.
Come on!
Were? I most definitely still am.
Yes!
Yes, of course, my lady. But wait, what is this painting even doing here anyway? She doesn't respond. Rather, when I look over, she's tracing a finger over the filaments on the portrait's frame, no doubt gathering dust from whatever era she's seeing in that far-off gaze.
Well...
Just a minute, oh Countess. The frame's a little crooked.
Wait!
No, Purple, don't touch! Too late. I grasp the frame and adjust it accordingly. When I do, a scrap of paper falls out from behind the painting. What's this? I lift up the parchment. It's a faded pencil sketch of a woman with hair that flows like the ocean's waves and eyes as dark as a moonless night. There's something mischievous in her smile that draws me in.
Wow!
What a beauty!
Don't touch it!
Before I can react, Carmilla snatches the picture from my hand with fury in her eyes and a crease in her brow. I blink, taken aback and a bit hurt. It's just a drawing, so what's her problem? Unless... Did you know her? A friend of yours? Carmilla sighs, takes a lingering look at the photo, and gently runs a finger across the girl's paper cheek.
I suppose.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
My greatest hunt.
I have never since pursued a human of her caliber.
Well...
I'm willing to bet there's an impossibly good story behind it all.
yes.
Oh, there most certainly is. There's a glint in her eye as she takes one last look at the portrait. Slowly, she rolls it back up with extreme tenderness. I guess it's no surprise at all that the picture is still in good condition when she handles it like that.
6 centuries ago.
This little delicacy came forthwith to my manor,
She was.
hoping to hunt me as revenge for an incident that occurred in her village, unbeknownst that she herself would become my quarry.
For months.
We played a game of cat and mouse, pushing each other to the limit, but never quite gaining the upper hand.
Until one day.
Eventually, I cornered her in an alleyway. I leaned forwards as if sitting on the edge of my seat.
Oh!
And then what? You drank her blood?
Mm-hmm.
Nearly to the last drop. Carmilla smiles, and yet there's something forced about her cheer when she speaks. I see her run her fingertips along the edge of the page. Until some no-good busybodies arrive to save her. I barely escaped with my life that night.
How?
Gosh, how'd you do it? I
Naturally.
outsmarted them. She flicks her hair off her shoulders with the back of her hand.
You know?
Vampires are apex predators, as you should be fully aware by now. When faced against mere mortals, we always come out on top. Okay, but if that's all true, why do you look like you're about to cry? Carmilla's jaw hardens. I feel like she's about to chew me out, but after a long and very awkward pause, she laughs, the kind of laugh of someone who has resigned themselves to a most pitiful fate.
I suppose.
I suppose it isn't easy to hide affairs of the heart from a master matchmaker, is it? You've caught me twice today, little witch. I open my mouth to reply, but the pained look on her face brings me to a halt. An unknown sensation starts to build up within my chest. With a sigh, she tucks the roll of paper back behind the portrait.
my dear.
But Purple, my dear, there are some plots that are not worth digging into. Her piece spoken, Carmilla returns to doing inventory, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I guess there's no helping her right now, no matter how much I want to be there for her. Aww. That's gotta be something, having a crush on someone that's trying to kill you. But I guess there are many people that probably over the years, over the centuries, millennia, have fallen in love with someone that then attempts or succeeds in killing them, even though they're still madly in love with them. Okay, early dawn, October, day 29. What day did we start on? Let's see. 21, 30, 29, 28, 27. We started on the 27th. We got through that a lot quicker than the other ones. Now, a lot quicker being 10 minutes. But 29, 30, 31. We only have 3 days left until the final exam. Usually I cut it off at the 1 hour mark, but this time, dramatically, I am out of hot Lipton tea. I must pull myself away to make another cup. I need to save the game again, though. How about this? I think if I go into buy potions, that I can still access it. Yes, I can. So, here I'm going to save. New save. Ooh. Is it really that early in the morning? Yes, it is. I do believe. I shall stop it here. But at least now we have save states. So, let's do title. And I will see you for the final 3-day act. It will be finished in the final episode. The final video. I'm just now noticing that Zero has chains around his arm in this photo. Because that's always the side we don't see of him. We always see his left arm. We don't see his right arm. So I'm just now seeing that. That's pretty cool. Dang, there is a lot of detail on this main menu. Okay. So thank you for sticking with me through this amazing story. I've really been enjoying it. I hope you all have too. But the suspense must linger longer. There is still 3 days for the final exam. And that will be at a later date. Thank you very much for following me down this road. I have been Witch Belle, and I will bid you all adieu in the witching hour of this morning. And blessed be.